No one in the neighborhood knew exactly when the cat first appeared. Some said she came the winter after Walter lost his wife. Others said she had always been there, quietly watching from the edge of the porch, as if she had been waiting for him long before he ever noticed her. But what everyone did know was this. Every single evening, just before the sun disappeared behind the trees, the little orange cat sat on the front steps of Walter's house and waited. She never moved. She didn't chase birds. She didn't wander into other yards. She just sat there, eyes fixed on the road, listening, waiting for the only person she had left. Walter Hayes was 82 years old. He lived alone in a small town outside Cleveland, in the same white wooden house he had bought in 1969. The house used to be full of laughter. His wife, Eleanor, used to sing while cooking dinner. His daughter would practice piano in the living room. His son played baseball in the backyard until the porch lights came on. But that was a long time ago. Eleanor died first. Cancer took her slowly, one hospital room, one goodbye at a time. Then the children left, not because they stopped loving him. Life just happened. Jobs, families, different states, different lives. And somehow, Walter became one of those old men people waved to, but never really stopped to talk to. Then one freezing night in December, Walter heard a faint scratching at his front door. He opened it and found a tiny orange kitten curled up against the welcome mat, covered in snow. She was so cold she couldn't even stand. Walter looked at her for a long time. Then he whispered something no one else heard. He picked her up, brought her inside, wrapped her in Eleanor's old blanket, and from that night on, neither of them was ever alone again. He named her Daisy. Every morning, Walter made 2 breakfasts, toast and eggs for himself, a small saucer of milk and pieces of bacon for Daisy. He talked to her constantly. At first, the neighbors thought he was losing his mind, an old man talking to a cat on the porch, but they didn't know. He wasn't just talking to Daisy, he was talking to the silence, to the empty chair across from him, to the woman whose sweater still hung by the bedroom door, to the life that had slowly disappeared around him. And Daisy listened. Every evening at exactly 6:15, Walter returned from his walk to the corner store. Daisy always knew the sound of his footsteps. She would leap off the porch and run to him. And for a brief moment, that lonely old house felt alive again. Then came the storm. It was the coldest January in years. Snow covered the streets and the power flickered all night. The next morning, Walter's porch light was still on. His curtains never opened. The milk bowl stayed empty. Daisy sat by the door, waiting. Morning became afternoon. Afternoon became night. She never left. A neighbor finally called the police after noticing Walter's mail frozen in the snow. When they entered the house, they found him in his chair by the window. His glasses had slipped from his face. The TV was playing an old black and white movie, and one hand was resting on Daisy's blanket. He had died sometime during the night, peacefully, alone. Except he wasn't really alone, because Daisy was there, curled against his feet, refusing to move even after strangers carried him away. His children came 3 days later. They packed everything into boxes, the piano, the old photographs, the blanket Eleanor had knitted decades earlier. They sold the house within a month, but no one took Daisy. To them, she was just a stray cat, but to Walter, she was the last heartbeat of a life he had lost. So Daisy stayed, and every evening, as the sky turned orange, she climbed onto the empty porch, sat by the front steps, and waited. Neighbors brought food. Someone built her a shelter. Another family tried to adopt her. But every single day, at exactly 6:15, she returned to that same spot, looking down the road, listening for footsteps, for a voice that would never call her name again. Years later, people still drive past that old house and slow down when they see her, a small orange cat, sitting alone at sunset, still waiting for the man who once opened his door and gave her a home. Some people say animals don't understand death, that they forget, that they move on. But maybe love leaves a mark deeper than words, because sometimes the ones who cannot speak carry the heaviest grief of all.
If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being